UFC weight classes. What weight class am I going to start with? Can't start with what's at the bottom or what's at the top. I'm going to start with bantamweight. Bantamweight's cool. Bantamweight's a cool weight class. Bantamweight's a pretty cool weight class. Amazing champ that they got right now. Peter Yan's a goated fighter. He's one of my favorite fighters. The entertainment value in the division it varies. Generally not very good. Bantamweight's always been a really overrated weight class. Always has been. Don't really know why, but yeah, bantamweight is not that good of a division. It's a cool division. It's good. It's a good division. But there's better. And it's not that good. Right. Flyweight. It's alright. I personally like flyweight. I enjoy the flyweight division. I enjoy quite a bit of, flyweight fighters in particular. I like seeing flyweight scraps. But there's a pretty low talent pool. You know what? I'm going to say it's cool. I don't care. Especially with how the title contention is right now. I know it's kind of shallow. It's kind of always going to be that way. The talent pool is never going to be that high. But I think, it's, flyweight fights. There's a lot of fun flyweight fights. In terms of entertainment value, I'm going to do this. And this is preference. So I think that, I'd rather watch a flyweight fight than, if I see two random flyweights fighting and two random bantamweights fighting, I'm going to be like, the flyweight fight's probably going to be better. If it's two random guys, I don't really know. Well, actually, it would still depend. Because even if they're random, I'm going to look at their resumes and all that, so. I don't know, I can't really say that. Featherweight. Featherweight's pretty meh, honestly. Featherweight's pretty meh. The rankings at featherweight are fine. The title contention's irritating. The unranked fighters there's some good unranked fighters and fun unranked fighters. A lot of boringness, I don't really give a fuck. At featherweight. Featherweight's just it's alright. It's an alright division. It's really shallow, especially with Ilya gone. Just got Gene carrying a little bit. Volk is kind of spoiling the division now. Lopez, not nearly as much hype on him because they gave him the stupid rematch. I know I'm just talking about the big fighters, but there's not much to talk about outside of the big fighters at featherweight. There's guys that are entering the featherweight rankings, and I think that they're going to make the featherweight division better. I think the Vallejoses, the Garcias, the Zalals, even the Murphys, but even the Zalals and the Murphys aren't really they're not really entertaining fighters. But duh is my word, dude. THD, but anyways, yeah, featherweight's alright. It's cool. No, it's not cool. It's meh. It's meh. What the hell? Middleweight. Middleweight is solid. Middleweight is pretty solid. Just so you know, the best is only going to contain one division. And if you saw my video on my top 20 favorite fighters, then you should know what's going to be in the best. Anyways, middleweight is pretty solid. There are lots of fun fights at middleweight, both in the rankings and outside the rankings. There's a lot of variation of skill in middleweight. You got dumb fighters, you got smart fighters, you got really good fighters, you got shit fighters. There's a bunch of fighters at middleweight. A lot of scraps. Middleweights tend to, it tends to be a pretty solid division. It tends to be a pretty solid division. Light heavyweight. Light heavyweight's meh. Never been a good division. Never gonna be. It's just, I don't know. Once you get to like that heavy of a weight class, it's just hard for it to be a good division. Now, is it better or worse than featherweight? It's worse than featherweight. It's worse than featherweight because like at least featherweight has guys coming into the rankings and guys coming up. Flyweight has guys even coming into it. Bantamweight's got, a decent amount of honestly, because of the decent amount of prospects, I'm gonna say bantamweight's better. Yeah, because even with the Farids and the Jeans and all this shit, so there's a lot of guys coming into bantamweight. I can see people doing this, but in terms of entertainment value, it's not on the level of middleweight, man. It's not on the level of the entertainment value of middleweight right now. Because this is mostly an entertainment value tier list. What was it saying about light heavyweight? It's fine, I guess. Yeah, I don't give a shit about it, really. There's not many light heavyweight fighters outside of the top 5 where I'm like, oh, just can't wait to see that fight. And, I'm a hardcore. Like, there's unranked fighters in other divisions where I care to see fight. Even in fucking featherweight. Right? But in light heavyweight, let's see, is there an unranked fighter that I just cannot wait to see? I don't fucking know. I like Billy Elicana, I guess, but it's not like I can't wait to see him fight. Who else? It's crazy that that's the first unranked guy that came to mind, Billy fucking Elicana, really. But who else is there? What, Alonzo Medifield's unranked now, I guess. Oh, Dustin Jacoby. He's great. I like Jacoby a lot. Yeah, it's kind of a shallow division. Don't really care for it too much. It's not the worst, though. But we're not going to get to the worst. We're going to talk about welterweight. I don't think it's as good as middleweight is right now. I really don't. I think that it is a pretty good division. It's a really solid division. Now, to be fair, the title contention, because of how uninteresting the title contention is, you can put it down here. Because title contention is a very important thing, but, you see, bantamweight and featherweight, bantamweight and flyweight are kind of hard to rank for me because title contention is an important thing, and flyweight's title contention is the best right now. But title contention can just frickin' flip a switch, right? Well, welterweight title contention was fantastic, and then Makhachev moved up. And then it's like, oh, nobody's beating him. It doesn't matter what their name is. Nobody ever would beat Makhachev between lightweight and welterweight. That's a fact. No one's going to beat him now. No one's going to beat him till he retires. And now we also know that he's capable of putting on a stink fest, even though it's usually entertaining. So, it's kind of uninteresting. He's going to fuck up anyone and kill other fighters' hypes. Cool, because he's just that goated. It's like to the point where it's like, I hope Makhachev doesn't stay in the division that long because it's just going to make it a little boring and stale. Like, we know you're the GOAT, Makhachev. Prove it a couple more times for the fucking casuals who don't get it yet. Get a couple more wins and then just freaking deuces. And don't be inactive, dude. Don't be fucking inactive. Why are you denying the Michael Morales fight? Why'd you deny that for 324? That was annoying. Oh, I want to fight in the White House. You can do that. I want to fight in the White House, brother. Like, you can fight on the White House, brother. Brother Makhachev. You can fight on the White House. And you can fight in January. Like, UFC 324 was in January. Like, you literally took no damage back in November. November. You took no damage against JDM at all. Like, you barely got hit. You got hit like 10 times max. You barely got hit at all in that fight. You took 0 damage. And you literally just ragdolled him and just stayed on top for the entire fight. You got like 20 plus minutes of control time. And anytime it was on the feet, you were freaking blitzing in and out with combos and landing everything. And he wasn't landing. He was barely landing shit. And you were chopping up his damn legs too. Anyway, sorry for the Makhachev glaze, but he just goated, isn't he? And yeah, welterweight is fine. No, it's not. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. There's a lot of unranked prospects too. Danilo Danchenko, fucking Jonathan Mikolev. I don't know, this is just recent people. Dude, there's so many fighters I had to keep track of. So it's like, there's like hundreds of fighters in the UFC. So I'm only going to remember so many. I'm going to remember the ones I saw fight recently, right? But yeah, I remember, how the division is. I know how the division is. Welterweight's pretty solid. I really like it as a division right now. I just don't like the title contention right now. Middleweight, even though some people may say that it's not interesting with Hamzat, I think it is. I think Anthony Hernandez is still interesting. I also even think Dricus is still an interesting matchup against Hamzat. If you can get that, dude, even if he had 3 more minutes of not being on the ground, like he could have KO'd Hamzat. Sorry. Jeez, he could have KO'd Hamzat on the feet. Dricus could have. He got close. In round 5, also, 50-45 is a rigged scorecard for that because Dricus clearly won round 5. It's not even a debate. He whooped Hamzat's ass in round 5. 50-45 is a rigged scorecard. When I heard that, I was like, what? He beat his ass in round 5. Okay, he clearly lost rounds 1, 2, 3, and 4, but round 5 was Dricus' round. He hurt him bad on the feet. Multiple times. Stung him up. Dude, anytime they were on the feet, Dricus stung him up. There's a reason why Hamzat was kind of boring. There's a reason why he wasn't separating and throwing and posturing up. And he was just staying tight the whole time and being super patient, not like he normally is. It's because he had the perfect game plan. He knew that if he tried to finish, he would get finished. Dricus' strong ass would scramble up and knock him the fuck out. He knew that. He knew that he couldn't finish Dricus. He knew that he couldn't try to without getting finished himself. Dricus even almost had a rear naked choke synced in. Dricus Dricus had, in that stylistic matchup, had more finishing potential than Hamzat. I don't think Hamzat would be able to finish Dricus. I would be incredibly impressed if he did. I don't think he's able to. I think Dricus is very capable of KOing Hamzat. And I think Dricus is more likely to submit Hamzat than Hamzat to submit him. Oh, it's a terrible take. You saw he got done the grappling. Yeah, but I also saw only one guy go for a real submission attempt and get kind of close. I'm not saying it was super close or sunken in, but he got kind of close. He had rear naked choke in for a few seconds. Hamzat didn't. Hamzat had a couple half-assed attempts and didn't do shit. Couldn't do shit. Anyways, yeah, middleweight, great. Welterweight, great. The worst of it, you know what? We'll go on to the best. I'll save the best for last, so the best rant for last. But the best division is lightweight, come on. Come on, dude. The unranked is so stacked. Ribovics, Rebecki, Duncan, even the, coming up into the top 15, freaking you got Ziam, and then outside of that, Moda and Sadikov and freaking Nolan, Campbell, uneven Johnson, I guess you could say, Hernandez, Turner, freaking Bob Undez. There's so many, dude. It's so good. The division's so good. Lightweight's is so good. The title contention's kind of, bullshit. It's kind of fucking bullshit right now. I'm not going to lie. I could definitely see you doing this. But, no, you know what? Nah, I want my favorite, my favorite to be in a tier of its own. And just with how crazy unranked lightweight is and how a lot of lightweight is, I do think it's, arguably the best division. You know what? I think it's between these two. I am also gonna put it in the best tier, because I do think it's between these two. It's between middleweight and lightweight. I think it's damn near unarguable. For some reason, people really overglaze bantamweight for no fucking reason. Even though it's do you watch bantamweight fights? Heavyweight's complete dog shit. There's only 30 fighters in the division. It's not it's just worse than it's ever been. No, you dumb casual. It is better than it's ever been. Like every other division, the sport has evolved. The fighters have evolved. The heavyweights now fuck up the heavyweights then, but it's still shit in comparison to the rest of the divisions. Because guess what? It's moving at the same pace. It's not catching up to the divisions and how quick they're evolving. because the divisions are evolving at the same pace. So they're staying the same skill level. So heavyweight is staying the same skill level apart from the other divisions. And the thing about heavyweights is a lot of, like, I don't know, the talent pool is just so low for heavyweight. Even lower than it is for flyweight, I'm not going to lie. Because you see these heavyweights, a lot of them are pussies. Yeah, okay, they're all UFC fighters, none of them are pussies. But for being fighters, they're fucking pussies, dude. These guys are folding constantly. So many heavyweights fold like bitches, dude. And they're cheating, grabbing the fences and shit, trying to stay up. You know, I see you, Tyson Teixeira. I see you, Derek Lewis. Like, I see you trying to cheat. Also, so for some reason, people, like, you know, they shame John Jones. We shame John Jones for cheating, but for some reason, you know, Derek Lewis, you got to praise him for cheating and be like, at least he's honest about it. Like, no, fuck him. He's a dirty cheater. And he admits it. Like, I'll do what I need to do to win. Okay, fuck you. You dumb cheating bitch. You piece of shit. Fuck off. Seriously. No, we don't accept the cheating bullshit. Just because you're transparent about it, I don't care. It's still cheating. Fuck you. Don't do that. Anyways, heavyweight sucks dick. I think Tom Aspinall's going to get KO'd by Alex at the end of the year. You know, I'm kind of confident in that. I want to be confident in that if he wasn't getting I want to be super confident in that if he wasn't getting a surgery this year, because Cyril Gahn gave him Brown syndrome. Yeah, it's not a joke. That's what whatever he's got going on with his eye is called Brown syndrome. Pretty crazy. He got Brown syndrome from Cyril Gahn. But yeah, this dude has got to get, you know, at least one surgery. You know, I don't know if he's gotten it yet, if he's going to get it. All I heard was that, like, about a month ago, that he was going to get surgery. Man, I don't know what's going on with that. I got to do more research into it. I got to make a video for you guys on it because I want to update myself and I want to update you guys. And yeah, I think heavyweight's terrible. I think, you know, we see it with guys like freaking Teixeira. We see it with guys like, you know, Almeida looking like shit and Kuniev looking like a fat slob. And you know, Rizvan Kuniev, his fat ass, like, was on steroids back in the PFL. I don't think he's on steroids anymore, based off how much fatter he looks and how much shittier he looks. He's also got less power, too. He also doesn't like to box as much. He likes to do clinch fest. Dude, heavyweight's so boring. Heavyweight's so boring. The fighters are so boring. They're so dumb and stupid. Like, I get it. The heavyweights of old, they used to be worse and even shitter. The heavyweights now, the big problem is they overthink. They don't fight like, they don't understand that they're heavyweights. They don't understand they're heavyweights. They try and overthink, yet at the same time they're stupid. So when they overthink, it just becomes boring as fuck. Back in the day, they just swung for the fences, so it was just like a bar brawl. A semi-technical bar brawl. Great stuff. Semi-technical bar brawl. Like, the guys now are better, and they fuck up the guys then boringly, but, like, it's so shit, dude. Heavyweight is terrible. It's in a state of disrepair. Like, most of the fighters in the division are shit UFC fighters. Like, I can't wait till I get to the heavyweight UFC tier list video, because I'm gonna shit on every single one of those fat bastards. I'm sorry. There's a few fighters that I'd even call good. Dude, like, even when it comes to the ranked fighters, I'm sorry. Like, Tyson Teixeira, I don't even know. I wouldn't even call him a good UFC fighter, and he's ranked. I definitely want to call Ty one. Also, why is Ty not cut? Why do you not cut Tai Tuivasa? Okay, so you're telling me you cut Shavkat Rakhmonov, who's undefeated from the rankings, just because he's, you know, injured? But Tai Tuivasa, who isn't even active himself, by the way, is on a 6-fight losing streak, but he stays in the UFC and in the rankings. 5 of those losses by finish. Right. 4 of them. It's the same shit. He got, you know, KO'd 3 times and decision twice, and freaking, like, Ezekiel choked. Like, dude, why is Ty still in the UFC? You know what? I know why he's in the UFC, because the UFC has finally realized that they can't keep cutting heavyweights. They cut Martin Buday, who was 12-1, only lost to Shamil Gaziev, who was ranked number 12. Yeah. And, you know, Shamil Gaziev, why is he ranked number 12? Because the heavyweight division is so shallow. He should be ranked number 12. There's no one else that deserves to be above him at this point. I think he's 11 or 10 now, which is insane. Because now, Tai Tuivasa was like still in the top 10 on like a 5-5 losing streak, crazy. But they cut Budai, and they cut Rosenstrike, even though, he was on a win streak, coming off a win. Just because he's boring. All the newsflash UFC, all heavyweights are fucking boring. You can't just keep cutting your fighters like this. And Martin Budai's not even that bad. He's not even that boring. He was getting better. Like, there's no reason to cut him. That Martin Budai shit pissed me off. Like, I mean, it's not as bad as them cutting Renat Fakhretdinov from welterweight. That's horrendous. He's not even boring. People call him a fraud. Why? He's not a fucking fraud. Renat Fakhretdinov didn't have any losses in the UFC. This guy was coming off a fucking knockout win over Andreas Gustafsson, who was a promising prospect. But anyways, yeah. UFC, stop cutting your fighters. That's part of why heavyweight's so trash. You don't have fighters. They don't have good fighters to keep the division going. You can't... Like, they cut heavyweight fighters way more than they cut fighters in any other division, and it's so annoying because the heavyweight division needs fighters. They need fighters. At this point, we just need to take the PFL's fighters. Take Vadim Nemkov, take the one guy from one, take Anatoly, take Nemkov, we need Nemkov, we need, fucking Ferreira or whatever the fuck his name is that got absolutely decimated by Francis, and what did he get knocked out or choked out by Nemkov, whatever the fuck happened in that fight. Francis, I mean, he's just Francis. As we know, he's a piece of shit, so I doubt. I don't really care. I mean, it'd be great to have him in the UFC, but nah. But yeah, that'd be the dream. You get Francis bitch ass back. You get Renan Ferreira. You get Vadim Nemkov. You get Anatoly from one. You get all these guys from these other organizations. That's how you know it's a shit division, because you don't have to say that about the other divisions. The division's so shallow. UFC heavyweight is so shallow. In order to make it a good division, you would need to pull in so many fighters from other organizations. It's just